This is the MHW3bomber R3 Blade Pro, and this has been my favorite grinder for the past 2 months. First of all, this is what the grinder looks like. It's fully made out of metal. Ouch. And it's really easy to switch between settings. It has a total of 110 settings. You can go as fine as Turkish, and you have a good espresso range as well, and you can go as coarse as pour over. One thing I have to say, it's the most good looking hand grinder, and it's very easy to grind using it. It has a threaded bottom jar instead of magnetic like another R3 model, but it's pretty good. Okay, so let's move on to the special feature. It comes with 5 of these mesh screens. Now you might be a little confused as to why it's there, but you'll understand it. Just give us a moment. So the grinder comes with an extra lid, and there's a lid in the bottom. So you can just open this lid, and there's already a mesh screen here because I use it very often. You can use any of the 5 mesh screens. The holes in each are different, and the micron is written in the bottom. So you can just put one of the mesh screens, close the bottom lid, and once you have ground your coffee, put the second lid on, and then you can just shake it. And what you're left with is well ground coffee on top, and all the fines settle in the bottom. This might not seem like a very important feature, but in reality, fines can be the biggest problem when it comes to making coffee, because fines can make your coffee bitter, it can choke your brew, it can make your brew muddy, we can say. So getting rid of most of the fines can actually help you improve your coffee by a whole lot. So I would highly recommend using this feature every time you brew coffee if you buy the MHW Pro R3 grinder. Okay, let's move on. So let's brew a pour over together. Okay, we'll take 20 grams of coffee. Again, being precise matters, guys. This is an important step. Make sure you spray it with water and shake it, because for some reason this grinder produces way too much static. And if you don't do anything about it, the coffee will stick everywhere and create a mess. We'll grind it on setting number 75 because that's what I've been using. These beans are a little old, but it might work for this. It took us 1 minute and 18 seconds to grind that coffee, and the beans were a little old, so it was a little harder to grind, or else it's very easy to grind using this grinder. Now we'll put on the second lid and shake the coffee to get rid of all of the fines. This is just to show how much fines we got. So we'll dump in our coffee, and now we'll open the bottom chamber. This is what we got. This is about 0.2 grams worth of fines, but this does make a difference. Don't underestimate how much fines can do in your coffee. Since we are using an MHW3bomber grinder, let's use their scale. This is a smart scale. It's really good. It has a really good pour over feature. And let's use the MHW3bomber glass dripper. First, we'll put in our paper filter. Put our filter paper presser or whatever you call it, I forgot. Now we'll pour in a lot of water, hot water. This is to heat up the brewer. Stick the paper filter to the dripper and get rid of the papery taste as well. Now we'll get rid of the paper setter or whatever we call it. Swirl the water around to heat up the carafe as well. We'll dump the water, set the dripper on top, tear the scale, then we'll add in our coffee. Now we'll press the T here. Now the scale will automatically measure coffee to water ratio, our flow rate, and the time the moment I start pouring. First, we'll take a back of a spoon or a chopstick or whatever we have to create a divot in the center. Now, since we are using 20 grams of coffee, we'll be using 40 grams. We'll pour the first 20 grams in the center and 20 grams around. It did not really bloom much because the coffee is a little old. So we'll wait for 30 seconds and then we'll pour 100 grams of water. We'll try to maintain a 6 ml per second, and we'll do a 4-pour technique. 40 grams first pour, 100 grams second pour, 80 gram third pour, and 80 gram fourth pour for a good 1:15 ratio. Our total brew time was 2 minutes and 43 seconds, and this is the coffee we were able to achieve. Make sure to swirl it really well, because this is one mistake people do. They don't let their coffee settle down. Not settle down, like the temperature to settle down, because this is too hot to drink right now. Spin it to bring the temperature down and to mix all the flavor components. While it's cooling down, you can actually do some cleaning. The coffee is really good. It has great clarity. It's a whiskey barrel aged coffee, so I can feel the little oomph. I don't know if it's called oomph or let's not go there. So I've been using this grinder for the past 2 months now. It's my favorite grinder. It's not that it's better than other grinders. It's just that I like the way it looks and it's very easy to grind using it. The coffee it makes are really good. It has great body, a little heavy body for most people, but I would really suggest drinking this. It's very tasty. The coffee it makes is very similar to the ones I get from my Kin Grinder K6. This has over 200 settings and it's a very famous grinder. It's a very well-known grinder in the coffee space. I'll be making a comparison between the Kin Grinder K6 and the MHW-3bomber R3 Pro very soon. We also have the K7 with us, so we'll be making a video on that and comparing all three grinders soon as well. The coffee has great clarity, not as much as the K7 because obviously the K7 is a pour over focused grinder. This is an all-round grinder. So you cannot expect something that's all-rounder to be best at pour over and best at espresso. It will be good in both but not best in either. And at the end of the day, it all comes down to price and what you want. I won't be making an espresso with this grinder because in my opinion, espresso capabilities does not define if a grinder is good or bad. Most of the hand grinders can brew espresso, but like there isn't much difference when it comes to making espresso compared to making pour over. So if there's a grinder that can make really good pour over and is espresso capable, it's good enough. It can brew really good pour over. We don't have to prove a point by making an espresso. Most people would prefer the K6 and I can understand why. It's been there for a while. People really like this grinder. It actually rivals the K Ultra from Espresso. But I actually prefer the MHW-3bomber R3 blade. Simple reason being it looks way too cool, not gonna lie. And the grind adjustment is way easier. The flavor difference isn't really that much of a deal breaker for me because the difference isn't really much. If you focus a little, you can brew really good with either one of these. Both are espresso capable. I have brewed espresso with both of it. I won't be showing it on camera again. And I really like the fine separation feature in the R3 Blade Pro. So yeah, I would go for the MHW3 R3 Blade Pro. But in my opinion, you can go with either one of these. Then comes the K7. The burr design in the K7 is very pour over focused. It can brew espresso, but it's not really for espresso. I would recommend you use it for pour over, not espresso. Even though you can brew good espresso with that as well. My honest thought, if you're someone who brews a lot of espresso and pour over sometimes, or you like to brew pour over 50% of the time and espresso 50% of the time, and you want a good cup of coffee but you don't really want to spend way too much money, I would suggest going with the R3 Blade Pro or the K6. Personally, I would go with the R3 Blade Pro. It's a lot easier to grind using it. Save the 5,000, get some other coffee tools and get a K6 or the R3 Blade Pro. I would suggest R3 Blade Pro. So this was our detailed review on the MHW-3bomber R3 Blade Pro. We said we'll be making a video every week, but we couldn't really post anything last week, so we apologize for that. Hope this video helps you learn more about the MHW-3bomber R3 Pro blade grinder. We'll come up with the comparison between R3 Pro and K6 and K7 pretty soon. So stay tuned for that and follow us for more equipment reviews and coffee classes. And also follow us on Instagram, Chicky Brews. We make really aesthetic videos. We make videos on a daily basis and we even teach you how to make a lot of different recipes. So see you there.